Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness. We are... What are we doing?
We're doing more,
Stuff.
in-between stuff.
More stuff. Stuff is fun. No, actually, there's an errand we are going to be doing.
This is not normal. Chat's hot.
Oh, wait. You want us to go to the Kecleon Mart to get perfect apples, yet a few mission chapters ago, you wanted us to go to Apple Woods to get perfect apples.
Why don't we just go to the source?
Why did we go to the Kecleon Mart during that time? Why do we have to go to the Apple Woods?
Because Chat's hot loves to see us struggle.
Or did they explain? Were they explaining it there, or?
Yeah, Chat's hot basically said, "Oh, let's see if the Kecleon brothers will get the apples because we sucked at it, and we obviously we're not undeserving of a second chance."
Yeah, but that was Team Skull's fault.
Well, listen, they won't listen to reason. Chat's hot won't listen to reason, and Wigglytuff, when it comes to perfect apples, won't listen to reason. So.
Oh no, Wigglytuff wasn't for reason. He just wants his apples. I can't
He
blame
wants
him.
his. I need it.
Oh, and there's
Dust
Noir.
Noir.
Dust Noir.
I always say Dust Noir, but
Well,
yeah.
well, that would work too. The way I pronounce things is, I know it's odd, because I look at that and I want to say Dust Noir, and that's not right.
Noir.
Noir.
Kecleon. Yeah, we're not here to shop, guys. We're kind of have something to
But no,
ask
we are here to shop.
for perfect apples. Well, we're here to see if they'll supply them, but
Oh.
they cannot do it, or they don't plan to. They can, but they don't plan to. So, ooh,
Oh, we haven't seen these guys in a while.
the Merrill brothers.
Or technically we have, but we haven't actually talked to them in a while.
Yeah, not since like first chapter. That was a long time ago.
First chapter, even like third or fourth
Whatever.
chapter.
What? Yeah, third.
Water
I
float.
guess. Yeah, the water float actually powers up Azuro's moves. And
Oh no. Damn it. You guys, we just dealt with you. Wigglytuff beat you up and now you have to bug us again.
wait, how did we not notice that they were there? We just kind of like frozen in time.
Tunnel vision, remember? We only could see
Oh,
one.
that's right. That's right. Tunnel vision. Every single Pokemon in this game, with the
Also-
exception of probably Dusknoir, has tunnel vision.
Also, to be fair, we were staring right at Azurill and Meryl, so it's possible we didn't notice them on the bridge. It wasn't like-
Peripherals, man. They gotta use those peripherals.
See, I don't even know if tunnel vision is the right term, but...
I think it is. I think it is.
No, I like to be technically correct, and if it's wrong, I'd be upset.
Well, guess what, guys? We have this wonderful tool called the Internet.
I don't like using the internet.
Tunnel
It
vision.
scares
Oh,
me.
we're right. Tunnel vision is the loss of peripheral vision with retention of central vision.
Okay,
In
no,
circle
but
tunnel
here's the
like
thing.
field of vision.
That wouldn't factor into the fact when we were talking about the lake, when there was people way down the front and they could only see what was right directly in front of them. They still would have been able to see.
The night is called nearsightedness.
Yeah, but even when you're nearsighted, you can still see something.
I know. I'm nearsighted myself, and yeah, you should be able to at least catch that. Oh, well, not everyone's afraid of Groudon at the moment.
I'm just gonna say that what they were having during that moment was just being stupid and not looking in front of them.
Stupidity. Like, shots on. Oh my goodness, there's a Groudon, and we're just gonna completely ignore the fact that Groudon was actually flickering in and out of, like, being a
Well,
thing.
to be fair, if there was a legendary, okay, I'm trying to think of, if there was a T-Rex, or, I guess, what's a animal that would scare you that's a modern day, like a bear?
Spider.
Would a bear scare you?
Probably.
So if a bear came, even if it was flickering, it was a hologram of a bear, wouldn't you be kind of at least scared at first because, holy crap, there's a bear?
If I knew it was a hologram.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't be able to think through logically at that moment because you'd be in shock of there being a bear there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair thing to say. Anyway, well, we're just kind of doing the same old thing, just kind of.
Yeah, I always feel bad when, I mean, this is how the game works, but I always feel bad about when doing Let's Plays and there just being a long drought of just these kind of repeat missions because, you know, it's repeat missions. There's not anything really new or interesting to talk about. But the good news is this will slowly die out in a little bit. Not too much longer, actually.
Yeah, I mean, the game does a good job of providing enough missions to where you get a certain number of points. I think there's a threshold. There's definitely a threshold for earning mission points where if you break that threshold, you go on in the story. So thankfully there is that, and there's a lot of these A rank missions I stored up just from last time.
And they do put the plot between them a little bit, so there is some. It's not like just straight up mission. Like you had the Dust Noise.
Hold on, I have to point out the irony right here.
Oh, I know you're gonna say, yeah.
We're just asked to go to the shop. We're not going to provide perfect apples, but we're going to the place where you find perfect apples in mission.
Actually, to be fair, that entire conversation with Chata about perfect apples was entirely just to see that scene at the shop with Dust Noir and Zero Romero. It had nothing to do with actually needing perfect apples, but it was kind of a good way to draw that out. You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of a perfectly reasonable. Well, no, it wasn't reasonable because Chata.
Well, there's a reason. I think there is a good reason for it. We'll find out later.
There's a good reason to see the scene, but I'm just saying, trying to think how I'm describing it, but like it was an interesting way to get us to see that scene that would make sense in terms of everyday guild life.
Right. Okay. Well, we actually had a comment from our last video that corrected me as far as the boxes at the end of missions. Actually, a few people mentioned that you don't get those boxes from story dungeons, only from dungeons you unlock via missions or side quests. So, like, after the main story, when you take on either outlaw missions or rescue missions, sometimes you'll go into unknown dungeons, and they'll be revealed on the map for you. Like the dungeon, it'll actually say, I think it'll have 3 question marks as far as where you're going. Ooh, IQ skill, status checker. I think status checker is a passive thing where if you're holding, like, I don't know, I think you do. Well, let me look it up. I'll look it up.
We do more research beforehand.
We do. That Applewoods is nothing new to us.
There's not really much to say because we've been through Applewoods so many times. I almost would have wished you had gone to like one of the newer dungeons again.
The newer dungeons.
Yeah.
I actually at work, I ran into a lady that regularly comes to get smoothies. Her 2 sons actually have copies of Pokemon Conquest. And I heard him talking about it, like how many he's conquering all these different kingdoms. I'm like, I need to get this game. It sounds so much fun.
Get it right now.
Get it right now. And he said I think it was like 10 or 11, but he told me there's about 100 hours of gameplay content in Conquest.
No, I don't doubt with games like this that there be. See, the thing is, though, people always say, oh, yeah, the game needs to have a ton of hours to be good. Like, people complain about games only being, like, 10 hours. But the way I see it, you know, how many people... I mean, obviously, multiplayer can allow you to get up to that length, but for a single-player game, how many people actively want a game to always have 100 hours or 50 hours of gameplay? Because that's a long time. That's, like... unless you're like really chugging at it, like I beat Skyward Sword, which is 50 hours or so within a week. But that was after like really pushing to get it, really getting into it and really playing it almost all the time. But
yeah, like the first 24 hours you had it, you play it.
Yeah, most people don't have the time, or most, I guess people my age, like 22, 21, that kind of age. College kids don't have the time to sit down and play a 50-hour single-player game. So personally,
oh, that's actually not true at all. I'll give you a good example.
Most
of that.
people.
No,
if you're saying Call of Duty, that's not single-player. That's multiplayer. There's a difference. I said 50-hour single-player game. Now that's why I made that. Because I knew you were going to bring that up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm being stupid.
Like most people aren't going to be willing to sit down for 50 hours to play a game by themselves.
Like a Final Fantasy or
an
something
RPG
like that.
or a long adventure game.
That's pretty true. I mean, well, if you're in classes, college students, you need to be like at least half time for that to apply. I'm not half time, so I do have a little bit extra time to play games. Although it's not really a lot of extra time isn't for playing games, honestly.
One thing I'd say, I think we need to see an insurgence of, especially with the 3DS eShop and stuff. I almost think, like, a lot of the game, like Mario and stuff, I know the New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I know that's made with 3D renders, so it does, you know, cost a little bit more to make. Though, personally, I think that I'd rather have a Mario game made with 2D sprites than with, 3D renders. But, well, actually, I don't know if it's not really rendered, I think, well, it's 3D animation, but anyway, I think we need to see more of those small games instead of being, and we're starting to see that, but instead of being released for like a actual console for like $50 or $30, see them just released as small downloadable games. The games that are short and quick to do should be downloadable, cheap games. Because here's the thing, I've argued with PK. For example, on that games being priced at $50 isn't that much, and I stand by that, but I think the thing is that games shouldn't equally be priced at $50 because while Skyward Sword or this game, for example, I might say might be worth that, other games aren't. There should be more disparity in pricing, and Steam, for example, is doing good at doing that.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Steam's a great platform for like 50-cent, $1 games. And you can make really cheap games just like that and put it on Steam, and it's low cost to put them up.
Well, you can't really, no, you can't. You can't really do that exactly. You can't just put a $50 game up, and Steam's a little bit more complicated than like I think.
Wait, did I say $50? I meant 50 cents.
50 cents, but I think you're thinking of like more like App Store or something, because Steam has a little bit more regulations. I feel in terms of anyone can't put a game up there.
Okay,
and
that makes sense.
But they do put games on sale. But yeah, Steam's a great system. Steam basically has devalued games, but in a good way, I think, because it's starting to despair costs a bit. Like, there's no reason for some games, like, you know, I'm trying to think of a good example, like a recent example of a game that I don't think would be worth $50.
That wouldn't be worth 50. Oh, Mario Sports Mix at its release.
Yeah, but that's not. I would agree with that, but not on a major. I would say like maybe down to 30. I wouldn't say that's a major difference compared to like. I'm trying to think like some of the minigame compilations should be like 15, maybe even less than that, depending on how much content there is. And then like the adventure games, more like RPGs, and then depending on the hours and the amount of time put in, even like Galaxy, for example, should be 50. And then some of the sports games should be more like 30, 20-ish, that range. That would be my pricing.
Sports games, well, it depends on what sports game you're talking about, though. I will say, though, they force you, for like NCAA football and Madden, they force you to pay an extra fee to get onto like their online stuff just to support the EA servers. So that's kind of ridiculous.
Here's the thing that's why I disagree with the Madden pricing, especially because pretty much you're paying for the exact same game but updates, and I don't think the updates are worth that much. I don't think it's worth paying the exact same amount you pay for the last game just to update it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that's like the same kind of policy that applies to anything, like Photoshop, for example. You pay the same amount for the newest version. CS5 wasn't drastically different from CS4. I don't think the few things they added were worth the same amount of price. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, do they force you, like, say you're content with CS4,
no,
you don't upgrade to CS5, and then CS6 comes out, do you pay the same upgrade price?
You don't have to, well, you pay the same upgrade price. You don't have to, it's just, basically it's buying another software. It's not actually upgrading. You're technically just buying a new piece of software. But what I'm saying is that shouldn't be how it is. It should be more of, if they have new features, you should pay for just the upgrades and not if you already have. If you bought CS4, for example, and you want to get CS5, you should only have to pay for the new features. You shouldn't have to pay for the entirely new software because you've already made an investment in the initial software. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the same time, especially with games, the way the game mechanics work in games like Madden and FIFA, there are some. There was the key difference in how the defensive AI works for football, and I mean American football, not soccer football here. and how the tackling mechanics work. So those key differences are on the disc. You're limited by like what the discs.
Well, what I'm saying though is what you would do is for people who initially, are buying the game new, never played the series before, never had any other games, they would buy at regular price. But for people who played the previous one, there might have been like a code. Like they're doing this whole thing where you can't unlock certain stuff unless you have a code or something, right? Which is stupid because it's to try and prevent piracy or less piracy and more so.
No, I mean you have
games.
to pay an extra fee to get online.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Because I know I'm going somewhere with this, but they have this whole code thing for like piracy and for preventing the resale of used games. But they could use that system to say if you bought like Madden 2010. And Madden 2011 comes out, and you previously already owned Madden 2010, you get like a discounted price because you already own the original one. You can just get a new, like an upgraded. You just get the updates. You're paying for the updates, not for the entirely new game again. That's what I'm saying. So you could use like a code system to input that code to discount the price, or I don't know, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of allowing you to get a lower price because really you should only have to pay for the upgrades and not for the new game, as far as I'm concerned. There's not enough new content to justify paying the same price as the previous one.
Nope. The unfortunate thing is that won't change until like the really big complaint is that 2K used to make all the different sports series just like EA does.
Yeah.
And they used to be competitive with them, and then they just dropped off, and now EA has a monopoly over most of those professional sports games. So they pretty much have free roam to do whatever they want.
So anyway, we saved him. Or did we? I don't know what we did. We did something.
We
did not.
The guy who stole his hunger seed.
And then he gave us the hunger seed.
Did he give us the hunger seed?
He did give us the hunger seed.
And he just said, "You keep it." No, you probably wouldn't get explore points then.
Are you sure it was the hunger seed, or are you sure we just didn't get a hunger seed for a reward? Because I know we got it for a reward.
It probably was a different. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that though.
Okay, dinner time.
Nope, special thing coming up.
We kind of went off on a tangent there, but it was fun.
It was a repeat dungeon anyway. Oh, I want to eat.
I must share something with you. You're all gonna die.
Stupid bird.
Another one?
No. Was it the one in Fogbound Lake?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't.
It was somewhere else.
Yeah, what was that other place?
Do they? I don't think they mention it, do they?
They don't mention the locations. Yeah, they never do. Not really. There's actually, I think it's. I don't know if you actually visit one locate. I don't know. I don't even know what they do with that one.
We'll get into it. I think that's later stuff.
Yeah. Obviously, the time gear is going to be really important to the main story, but we aren't there yet. And there's the moon again. Stupid moon. I don't know, maybe they want to stop time? I don't know.
We'll find out.
Oh, you responded to me. I don't know either.
I was thinking about it.
Oh.
But it seems like I have a connection to the time gears.
Maybe your heart was pounding because you're sensitive to bright lights?
Maybe I am a time gear.
You're a time... Tim Chart is the last time gear. That would be... that'd be interesting, I think. But that's not the thing.
But it would be interesting.
I knew it. Uxie.
Oh no.
Oh, well,
oh, no.
We already beat Wait, what? Groudon. We beat Groudon already.
Oh no. Not Fogbound Lake. Not
no!
Lake. Poor Uxie.
No, don't die to the mysterious figure.
But it wasn't our fault, Uxie. Trust us.
Oh.
We already know who that is. It's Grovyle.
Grovyle. I'm taking it with me. A third one's getting stolen. Oh no!